You ready? Okay. You know, it'll be done in 5. Yeah. I see the time I was a busy one.
Just getting you.
Okay, I just got to, this kid.
Yes, ma'am.
Just got to sign something.
Thank you.
Some more checks on that. But if you ain't gonna sign them for you, you pick them and sign it. Let me stay with these guys, yeah. No, let me sign it. I don't wanna put them. Can't sign them, now it's time. Let's bow our head, please. Heavenly Father, here it is once more again, and we say it's coming to bow down head and humble heart. Thanking you for the many blessings that you stored upon us. Heavenly Father, bless each and every one that's here, along with their family, crown all our wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Enough love, Lord.
Madam President, we do have a roll call as follows. District 1.
Here.
Ms. Hicks. District 2, Ms. Dobbin.
Well.
District 3, Mr. Wilson.
Present.
District 4, Mr. Hicks. Hughes.
Present.
District 5 is the same.
Hughes.
All members are present.
At this time, I'd like to amend the agenda for the asphalt ripple. Can I get a motion to that effect?
So moved. Second.
Then probably second, all in favor.
Aye.
Anyone sign it for public comment?
No.
Consent agenda, I'd like the approval of October 27 minutes, the approval of October billing report, approval of financial, the approval of October garbage and sewage report, and approval of outstanding invoice report.
Make a motion, no question.
I got a question. To Mr. Epps. I was looking at Golden Equipment. See several of them. And this, I think it's 963.85, and the one that's 18,312.
Okay, which portion?
You see them? So, I mean, what y'all do for that one?
The 9.
I think it's 963 is on the very first.
That was for the number 30 tractor. We had to put a clutch cape in. I mean, they did with a clutch cape.
What?
A clutch cape.
So let me ask you this, the mechanic, is he able to do that?
Yes.
Is there a reason why he didn't?
Not that I know of. He just something got out of place. He should have been able to do it because the label was more than what the part was.
That's what I'm saying, so if we trying to save money. If we got mechanics do it, we need to be more. Okay. Just tell them I was concerned about it.
Okay.
And if you're able to do it, you know, let's do it and save that money. Okay. And, the 180312,
Yeah, that was for, like, we getting blades and stuff like that.
okay, all right. That's all. That's all the question I have. Okay, let me do that again. Okay. Just stick the thing forward.
I make a motion.
Second.
Moving proper seven, all in favor? President report. On the president report. Before I came, I talked to Attorney Garrett. I had some concern about it, and I reached out to President of the library so we get clarification. So what we're going to do, I think it's over here somewhere else, right? We're going to, we're going to table it to the next meeting because, I asked Attorney Garrett, instead of the 1 year, and, I talked to the president of the library, he said it's fine, they probably have to ask for everything within a year, but on the safe side, we'd like to have, 2 years, and, make sure everything, you know, right. So, he said he's gonna reach out to the attorney of the city and put that in that note, you know, put it back to it, and when you do that, then we're going forward. Was there anything else? So we want 2 years and everything. He said, no problem. And not only I asked the question, so it don't have to be just the asphalt for the, parking lot. It's like your mobile, whatever you need, got access, for that. All right, that's all I got. Report of Secretary of Streets.
Request permission to pay all outstanding invoices based on available funds.
There's most of that.
So moved. Second.
Moving from seven, all in favor?
Okay. Also, we sent out I'll just wait for that, material specifications. But as far as our holidays, the governor has, proclaimed, the holidays for the next 2 months, well, November and December. For November, of course, Thursday, Friday, December, the 24th through the 26th as, holidays. So, want to adopt
You said 24th to the 26th.
24th, 25th, and 26th.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess, as far as public works is concerned, since the Friday is a holiday, then they would be out Tuesday. And,
You said since Friday holiday is gonna be on the Tuesday or the Thursday? What you talking about? You're in December now,
In December.
In December.
the 26th, he's declaring that as a holiday.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so they would be off on Tuesday. And we as well, I guess we get off early on Monday.
That's a half a day on Tuesday.
Tuesday, yeah. 20.
No, that's,
23.
this supersedes what's in your package,
Oh, okay.
This information.
Yeah, I saw it. I don't know nothing like it, but I see it. I'm too many days. Yeah.
Try to get a copy of it later on.
So, will the jury adopt and agree to those days as holidays for us?
Yeah.
I see it. Y'all saying it's okay, let me get a motion to that.
I'll make a motion to use these holidays that come from the state from parish.
Second.
Moving probably second, all in favor?
Okay, the last thing, as you know, our elevator is still inoperable. And I drafted a letter to Schindler in regards to frustrations that we're experiencing. Apparently, an inmate was coming down in the summer, so, I think they need to be aware that if anyone decides to sue us, then they will be included in any settlement or litigation discussion.
And we may need to tell them that we've done had an incident, you know.
Pardon me?
We may need to tell them that we've done had an incident already, someone slipped.
And they, I've spoken to them probably on a weekly basis, and they keep saying the part hasn't come in, but, I mean, it's going on 3 or 4 months, and shouldn't take that long for a part unless it's out in the ocean.
To me, it's a little hard to believe.
And so, yeah, you want to authorize the president to sign the letter.
Don't take too long to answer, y'all can.
Yeah, no, oh, yes, I'll make a motion to let her sign the letter. Talk bad to him too.
No, I'm talking about it.
I second.
We wouldn't talk to stuff all in favor.
Uh,
Look, I would read them, and if it's that bad, then I'm gonna nominate them.
Ms. Sanders, could I ask what happened, on the elevator?
I really
It's a
don't.
part that supposed to come in, I think that's what
It's
he's
a
saying.
part.
And somebody fell on it, or?
You're inquiring about the elevator or what happened on the stairs?
The incident.
Oh, I don't have anything in the sheriff department, we have to ask them.
You were just told that. Okay. Where we at? Is it-
Yes,
You said you're gonna wait to get, granted the rule.
no, that was in the.
That was it, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Report from the parish attorney?
No, the, stability meeting,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no, I wasn't referring to that.
Oh, okay. So you ready for that?
Mr. Dixon.
Grant,
Yeah, they want to talk about what we talked about.
do you want to start? Do you want me to start?
Well, you can go ahead and start in our head, man.
Okay. We went to, the rules, stability meeting in Vidalia. It was a Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday meeting. They had a lot of people there that, like the, solar folks, and the wind folks, turbines, and everybody and his brother was there. It was a real good meeting. They come up with a lot of good stuff. One of the things that stuck with me was that lady was talking about the things that's going to be happening in this parish is a lot of things, or could be in this parish. It's going to be northeast Louisiana. She said, what you got to be careful of is these folks are already here and they're looking, and they're paying attention to the news, folks. How does the governing bodies get along with themselves and with other governing bodies? And then the next thing she brought up is, we'll call it housekeeping, is when they drive through your town, what are they going to see? You know, I know we're already trying to work on a lot of that stuff. This body right here, I think, gets along real good with each other. But they said all of that is going to determine whether they like you or not. You know, they can go to East Carroll, they can go Richland, they can go anywhere. You know. Johnny, you can add
Who
on
was that?
Man,
Who was that they gonna check us out?
everybody, they didn't give no certain name to any company.
No, when they say what company?
No, they didn't see. They just talk about all these companies that are becoming to Northeast Louisiana because of Meta and many other things. And
And they, like I say, they want us to work together, cause they stand that, some of them stand down, they grown already. And they hear what's going on in the surrounding towns, and they don't want to come here and build something. We here fighting each other instead of trying to get something going in our parish and the surrounding parish. Also, they say they want us to work close with North Delta to help set up these grants and be our grant writers for these projects that's coming in. And they want us to work closely with them. There's a lot talked about, but you couldn't keep up with all of it. 3 days of seminars, and they was talking, but it sounded good. It sounded like it's gonna be something they really gonna help these parishes. They're gonna be using a lot of electricity, a lot of water, and not lots of it. They want us to work with them. I was noticing western town right here, when you cross the bayou, the bayou, look like they already laying mats for the, put those solar panels out there. And I heard they told us in East Carroll, and up and around Morehouse Parish, they already put up a lot of big solar panel fields. So they're coming and working with us now.
He said with modern technology, normally in the past, Louisiana could qualify for windmills, but we have this airstream that comes up and we're sitting right in the middle of it, and it heads up into Arkansas. And with new technology, they can put them on our soil. It don't take as much wind to turn them. So we're in a good position to get some. And some of them talk about out on the east side. Of course, there's all kinds of stipulations in where to put them at. You got airports, you got wetland, all that stuff's got to be looked at. On the last date, I know you guys had to go to another meeting. Basically, they rehashed some of the stuff we talked about, and then Videa talked a lot about their power plant and about their battery manufacturing outfit that they have now, the manufacturing batteries. They got a lot of good stuff to say, and we need to step up and see if we can't get something for ourselves. Dave, you got anything?
Yeah, a lot of them talk, they really want to spend money here, they really want to come here. It's up to us. We gotta try to, make our community, look a little bit better and kind of bond together. These people don't want to spend money here, and like you saying, we are, devil said, in the meeting, and it was something everybody left. You was there. It was something everybody left. We need to get on one accord, 9 at a time.
I agree.
So I have a question. Who are you all gonna reach out to tell them that, let's talk about what is the first step? We saying, we need to work together, this, that, and other, is coming and looking, see what are they
The
gonna
way
say?
I feel about that is, and I could be wrong, whoever they may be, they come here and they're looking. That's going to be their first thing is, do we want to be there? And if they do, then I would assume that they're going to come to this meeting one day and say, this is what we got planned. Like we've had the solar guys and we've had the wind guys. They've already came and said, this is what our plans are. And we just got to be willing to work with them. That's the way I see it. Who are they? I don't really know. But according to them, it's a gang of people.
A lot of them out of Dallas and Georgia. But they come, but they want us to work with North Delta. They can represent us better. They got the engineering staff. That's what they want us to do. And then we're gonna get something out of it, but they're gonna come back and talk to us and more about it.
That's about all I got, Like I say, I think it's a great thing.
Sounds good.
Oh, and one thing we forgot too, though, was, one day we had to dealing with horticulture and greenhouses, and they were discussing this is an ideal thing, grants involved in it, for people who consider themselves small farmers. A farmer could be somebody who's got an acre ground of 10 or 15. they did make mention that these big row crop farmers that we have, they ain't gonna wanna mess with it. It's just a pain for them. But we got other folks where there's other land that could get involved in that. And I mean, they could take you all the way from training to how to do it, all the way to marketing it, you know? And another thing they brought up too, like I said, they talked about everything, which I think would be great for this parish is, Votex. Votex will give you a free chance to get a GED if you don't have a high school diploma. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. That's what the lady says, right?
Yeah.
And in this world, you need no less than a high school education. You ain't gonna make it. You know, and I can tell you them GEDs ain't that hard to get. You know.
They said they're gonna work with junior college.
Oh, that's something else we didn't talk about. Go ahead, you can talk about it.
You will, yeah.
Okay, the other thing was dealing with the Votex. They call them different names. They're out there and they're willing to work with everybody, locals, and manufacturers, and they want to set up some training programs to train folks to weld, to do electrical work, plumbing, carpentry, you name it. They want to get involved. I understand we have down here a good nursing program. Maybe the other stuff ain't so good, but nursing is. And they want us all to get involved with it, you know. One of the things I brought up is what people don't know. The job out there that is bad need of people is linemen working on the power lines. They said they need them bad. You can go to a school, it don't last very long, you know, what they say, like 9 months or something like that, and become a lineman, making top dollar. You know, we need to get this out there to our people, you know? That's it for me.
That's it for right now. When we hear anything else, we gonna let you know.
You gonna let me know?
Yeah.
May I comment on that topic?
Go ahead.
Leslie Dandridge was also there from Lighter Court, and she expressed how the parish and the city government and the court could come together to obtain grants, which will look more attractive than one entity applying for it itself. Secondly, Mr. Hicks and I also talked about the tax in Tallulah. I don't know if everyone's aware of it, but our tax is being collected by Concordia Parish. Whereas we're paying Concordia Parish $100,000 to collect our tax by way of Madison Parish suffering. So if we could obtain collecting our own back to collecting our own tax, therefore leaving our money in Madison Parish. Concordia is flourishing, whereas we're over here suffering.
I think one of the reasons we're collecting our own is the ones that were supposed to be collecting wouldn't get it. They're scared to go to the people that they should go with, so that's why we end up letting it go to bad days. If somebody bought some equipment out there and you didn't know about it, the person that's supposed to be knowing about it wasn't going checking on it. So we really were losing.
So my understanding is that, and he's not here to speak for himself, Ms. McClarkin was taking care of that, but he was told not to build a certain vendor.
Yeah, I heard about it.
I think that we need to obtain our own tax.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Are we at now? Report of parish attorney. Report of jury members by district. District 1.
Okay. Get that packet from me enough. Now, back to, I still need gravel on my road. Winter's coming. The covered out at Barn Crossing is steadily getting worse. The one that's over the ditch there. I guess we're gonna have to get in there and ply it up, and level it up. re-rock it or whatever, you know. Okay, 2 lots in Delta that we own, we gotta get them clean. Y'all did, I come by Buckner and y'all have done a real good job over there. I'd love to see that out there, before they want us to start doing something. And we talked about the elevator. And that's it for me. Y'all doing a good job.
District 2.
Everything got up, Mr. X, I got a question for everybody else. What about a rural internet service? Are we gonna get this house wired?
Are we gonna get it?
Y'all ain't got it either?
No.
I thought we were all gonna get it.
I told you all those too, but
Gonna get it on board,
they moving slow.
Real slow.
We're all supposed to get it. I don't know that we know when we're gonna get it.
He said he ran into a problem with, he getting at the water line and telephone line when it was coming, so they had to back off the doors.
Yeah.
And they had to back off, but they still coming. Gumbo out of, is it Gumbo? Gumbo out of Rayville.
That's all I got right now.
Yeah, they gotta look at the plan, and all that kind of stuff before they feed. Like you've been doing.
Both out of Rayville, local.
Okay, good evening, Mr. F.
Good evening.
Basically, all I got is, like I was talking about last week, grass cutting, the little ditch on 8th Street, 8th West Craig, and then by Mr. Rogers. Down there where we put the cover in behind the East Star, I think the East Star Church, that needs to be knocked down. Behind Wright Elementary, where we pile it, where we clean up there and pile it, that needs to be knocked down.
But that power, he said we can't burn it right now because of the school. So man, we just school.
Right, but the grass done grew up.
Okay,
Behind
the
it.
grass.
Right. And also Railroad Street, the railroad track on the east side, the north side and the south side on the east side. Both of them the north end needs to be cut. And on the south end, that's where you need to try to work with that ditch when you get a chance. But I mean, this stuff that I mentioned, you know.
I know you mentioned before, but, the problem now is we behind because a lot of guys that was doing that type of work, left them all the places.
Right.
So they're putting us folks behind, we're taking care of the job, y'all are signing for us money.
Yes, sir.
Every week.
I
See
understand.
like, grass cutting,
Yeah.
we lost bush hog guy today.
Wow.
Motor graders, we lost a motor grader guy. So that's put us behind. We lost a truck driver. So, you know, trying to keep it into place what they're not really familiar with.
Right, I understand.
So that's putting us further
We're going
behind.
out to Meta.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's putting us further behind. But, you know, every week y'all assign jobs. But I can't complete that job in a amount of time because of not having enough
Manpower.
manpower.
I understand. Okay, that's basically for me, that's it. Whenever you get a chance.
Yeah, but say like the different jobs y'all assign, I make a list of them. And when I do get a chance, I probably will do.
Yes, sir. Appreciate
District
it.
4.
I tell me, that's not me, but, Gabriel said they trying to dump back there, we all cleaned it up, got it looking good.
Well, they told Duncan before we finish.
We might need to put a gate up,
Was they Duncan before you get to the road to go to the sewer plant.
Yeah.
They Duncan in the power while we burn all the nails and stuff there. And that's an open area. But I think it's very property.
Yeah. What do you think we need to put something up? Cause they trying to come up in that alley by Panola, y'all.
You would have to put a gate up where the
Okay.
pump station at.
Yeah.
And then one on the other end where the beginning of the cemetery go behind the cemetery.
And the guys that's back there, if they wanna use it, then they have to come to y'all, let them come to y'all, maintain the animals back there.
That's another problem.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna be able to leave it open.
No.
But they gonna be able to, time to get a couch or a chair. They ain't gonna they're not coming to the dumpster where they need to come. They going up there and dump.
start bringing TV, when somebody brought 5 TVs.
Yeah.
So that's the power, you know.
It's gonna be another landfill.
Right.
We'll be cleaning it up again. But, check on it.
Some of the problems you get into is you put up a gate, then they dump it at the gate.
Then we have to put the sign up and put what kind of camera is it? D camera up there. The kick. I mean, game was talking the last time.
And the game war, he's doing real good, so I don't know what happened. So why he stopped, you know?
I think he started because,
They stopped them.
he wasn't getting enough, support from, police department, sheriff department. Because he was writing tickets, that was it, you know, it failed right there.
You get your kick going,
Okay.
your tractor going.
We gotta work on doing, you know, the dip between, Paris line and Omega.
Still, I know you did it. Still, when you get a chance, I'm afraid to talk us down that, but still, check what he talking about that on Thunder. When him and Dick Brown was there.
Oh, you like paying that ditch up?
Yeah, they go toward Texas.
That's what I'm saying, we have a long
Be a long
way,
way.
this, leading our tomatoes or dishes right now.
Could probably need to check on the one behind, contract to go toward, but no, when you get a chance, probably in the winter time. Y'all been usually clean out in 2-3 years. Check on it when you get a chance.
Yes, I received a letter today from, DOT, they're going to, have this meeting, I think December the 1st. Let's see, for East Carroll, Madison Morehouse, Washington, it's gonna be at Monroe Civic Center.
Where's my road to them? What they use?
Monroe Civic Center, value like $400, and you said West Monroe.
This was West Monroe. I've been there before. What they do is they come and explain what they gonna do in their parish. Like if they gonna build bridges, roads, what kind of work gonna be going out there. That's basically what they talk about.
Legislative public hearing for the highway priority construction program.
Yeah.
You wanna go? Y'all want?
We gotta do that. We can't get the house. Just can't do your house. I got one at that house.
And I tell you what I want you to. Cause I ain't going. Okay. You all got that?
Yes, ma'am.
I need you to measure, on Gale Street, where my place is, and see how much it would cost for that couple. I'm going to buy one, and I'd like for you all to put it down.
Okay,
From where it connected, where I already have it, all the way to the end. You know where the end of it.
that's 18, I believe. But I need to know.
$376.
Huh?
$376.
You just bought one.
18 by 20.
Yeah, price, was 30. And they wanted $625 for it.
Measure for me.
I ain't telling you, see.
Okay. Cause I need it there. Because, and the reason being, winter time, I don't have a problem them coming in, but I'm not too happy when they come and pull up in my yard down there and ruts and stuff. You see what I'm saying? If they go and turn around and come, it'll be all right, but it wait right till winter time. I'm not gonna have it. So find out, and I'm going to get one, and I'd like for y'all to put it back.
Cheaper and Maxwell.
So, I'll make sure you go and pick it up.
I went and picked up the last one. I ain't picking up the second.
Just be quiet, then. You ain't gonna do nothing to help this.
I'm just helping you out.
No, don't help me out, I got it.
Go to Napa, it'd be
And,
$600.
that'll be all. What you got going?
The main thing I'm concerned about now is that I need the whole group to be patient, because I got a lot of jobs, and here are the different jobs that y'all giving me today, because I'm short staff, the employee. So, you know, I know you give me a job today, y'all expect it to be done maybe next week, but it's gonna be impossible. So I'm asking all y'all just be patient.
We understand. Just keep the cover. No, I'm just kidding.
Today, how many employees have you lost?
3. But see, I can't compete with the price of each other.
That's it? Report of engineer, report of accident, and it's gonna be a current. Is the cars off the side of the road in Brooklyn?
Some of them.
They find out who it is, let them know we're not paying for them, this lady out there.
Okay, report of accidents?
Mm-hmm.
No one reported, Gaines accident?
They do.
No, I didn't see any paperwork.
Mr. Hicks.
We get a stay.
Report of Office of Homeland Security. Well, I'm staying on the river deal. Okay. We got, building, floor plan management, special committee report. Who's on the committee for Lucy?
I knew.
Because we need to start doing something about that.
Like the dogs and stuff?
Dogs, trash, junk, and everything. And we have it, but the bag is up and not like you just throwing it out, so we need to try to get that stuff on that, you know what I'm saying? And that'll eliminate some of them cars and stuff on the road too. Old business, the Madison generator project.
Okay, that's project 4611. We had 3 reviewers, Hicks, Hughes, and Wilson. And I had reviewer 1, reviewers 2 and 3, behind the paperwork.
What is it?
I turned mine in, right?
Yeah, you were reviewer 1. What did you all do with the summary? I didn't see you.
What kind of summary? What are you talking about?
Okay, the, for engineer for the project had to be rated. And so it had to be summarized once, I had to have 3 reviewers, and they reviewed it, and I had to summarize it, so we can award the, engineering job for the generators.
Oh, okay. You look good, come on, okay. You're good. You know, you probably ain't did
So-
this. Okay. Well, you need to give it to Ms. Duke.
And so I'll just put it back on the next agenda
Mm-hmm.
to award, so we can award it.
Yeah. You know, you did? Okay. Oh, okay, new business, public work material specification.
Okay, Public Works Material Specifications. If you look in your package, I only had like 3 responses, but in actuality for culverts, I had, 3. And I found these this morning under the counter. So we need to rebid not only for the culverts, but, for all the other material that we did not receive responses for.
Okay, what about the, is we ready for bids on the old health unit? Yeah.
We have to finish this yet.
Oh, I thought you said they're go back.
What I'm saying is, here you have bids awarded for fuel, you only had one response. Central Oil and Supply. Corrugated metal pipe, coastal covers and supply. Limestone Terra River, and plastic covered coastal cover and supply. Now, the one for fuel and limestone can be awarded, but the corrugated pipe, that would be like a culvert, right?
Yes.
Okay, culverts,
I need a question on corrugated pipes. In some cases, we might need a longer pipe than coastal cover might want to provide. So is it appropriate to go out to another company like Wilson?
okay, well, what I was saying while you stepped out was that I found two bids, one from Wilson, one from D&J, while you were out. And so my suggestion is to rebid those items. I didn't open these, I just got them today,
Okay.
but they were received, but they went under the counter in the front office.
But those just for covers, right?
D&J was the asphalted concrete, and Wilson, I guess for coverage, I didn't open them. So if you'd like to have the culverts rebid,
Right.
we can do that, but I didn't receive bids for any other material
Okay.
except for fuels. You can award the ones for fuel, which is Central Oil and Supply. There was another company that afterwards sent an email and they wanted to be considered. So unless we just re-advertise everything,
No, that's central. It's just.
if you wanna re-advertise everything, and, start over. And this is for 2026.
But you're also saying you need, at some point in time, buy 8, 10, 6 inch, 20, 30, 40, 50 foot.
Yes,
pipe,
sometimes
right?
65 feet or longer. In other,
Whatever.
see, in some areas, it'd be water in a canal, and it's hard to put two covers together and lift them up and put them in, especially when they're large. So if we can get it in one piece or one joint,
So
it'd
you
be
need
a lot
to get,
safer and everything for everybody.
get some bids from the piping company.
That's Wilson.
What you can do also is, if that company doesn't have what you need, you can make 2 phone calls, get 2 quotes over the phone, then you can buy the one you want. Just keep it on record. When you need it, like if you only needed one this year, just call 2 companies and get you a price and record the price with her, and you can buy it. You don't have to worry about trying to bid that certain length out.
Okay.
But you don't have another bid for oil
I only
and
have,
fuel. So would that one still,
I have Central Oil.
so it'll stay?
And I said, someone else had sent a letter and I told them that the bid date was over. So, if you we wanna rebid everything, that's what I'm trying to find out, what I need to re-advertise for.
Yeah, cause when they give you a lower price, they get all of it.
And I didn't, like I said, I didn't ask for any quotes.
Okay.
So, I guess you need to express to the jury what you'd like to have done.
If y'all wanna rebid everything, just rebid it.
Let's make a motion to rebid the whole.
I make a motion that we advertise our deeds.
I second the motion.
Moving proper 7, all in favor?
Okay.
Okay, what bid? Register of voter office.
Okay,
Yeah, I seen the letter.
Start with the letter?
Yeah, I seen the letter.
So, we wanna approve that?
Yes, I don't have a problem with that. Did y'all read the letter?
Yeah.
So we need a motion to approve the, That is on the register approval. Recommend.
So moved.
Seven.
Moving proper seven, roll call.
District one,
Yes.
District two,
Yes.
District three,
Yes.
District four, District five.
Yes. Social worker for jail.
Okay, as you know, the lady, passed away, and so we need to get someone else.
Right. Yeah, I seen that.
The Sims,
Huh?
the Sims has applied.
Yeah. Y'all seen that? Everything's okay? Y'all approve of that? Just make a motion if so.
So moved.
Moving proper seven, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, asphalt, rip off.
Zipper.
Asphalt, rip off.
All right, Madam President, Juryman, thanks for the opportunity to come and talk with y'all a little bit about this. I'm gonna give you a little background on myself. I'm actually live here in Louisiana, in Claiborne Parish. We call it God's country, but everybody's parish is God's country. But I retired from Public Works with 27 years of service in. The last 18 was Public Works Director and Superintendent. So I've been through all the problems y'all have over and over and over again. I will say one thing about retirement, my phone doesn't ring near as much. But getting back to the asphalt zipper, I've actually owned an asphalt zipper, several of them, for over 18 years. And when I retired, I contacted them. I was real passionate about the machine. I saw what it did for the two parishes that I worked at. And I can tell you everything that it can do. I'll give you an example. We cut soil cement with it. Our little bitty town of Claiborne Parish, we was the first ones that ever cut. I called them and talked to the engineers about it. We cut soil cement with it. They came out and videoed and made a video of it for their company for us. Now we have tons of people cutting soil cement. And I know y'all been in discussion with them for about the last year and a half, and I talked to Mr. Berry and I asked him about coming over and speak with y'all. I'm just a consultant. I'm consulting with them, and so I'm not an employee of them, but I have the authority to sell the machines and everything else. I don't know if y'all have a lot of questions. I know me and Mr. Jerry were talking earlier. He said where they'd come up and done a demo for y'all. This machine will cut down on all your motor grading. Once you get that road done, and say you take a gravel road, you decide you're gonna just do the gravel road, you'll be amazed. You have a weak base in there, here and there. You can tailgate some maintenance rock or some gray 610 or something like that. Over that, grind it all up at one time. You're recreating that base, pack it, take the motor graders, shave it down, pack it, and you're not gonna have to blade that road like you were. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna turn hard. It's not gonna, the rain's not gonna affect it near as much. Of course, you can't do them all at one time. It's a growing process. Your blacktop roads, asphalt, chip seal, whatever you have, your spots where you've got areas maybe, as long as this room and the whole road where they're really bad, go and grind up that one spot, you can actually go buy a pallet of Portland cement and take it, and if it's got a lot of water issues in there, or if it's just a spot where you can't get it to fix, you can bust out 10 or 12 bags of Portland cement, grind that up with that machine, and you're done with it. Pack it, put a little, well, you'll have a little water there, but you can put a little water on it if you want to. Most of the time there's enough moisture in there. Small spots, if you wanted to come back and cover them with a motor grader, some asphalt, something like that, on some of your asphalt roads where they're still in good shape, you don't want to leave them dirt. I've seen a lot of times people want to complain about, well, you got my road back dirt again. We don't see that. I didn't see that I'll give you an instance, in Union Parish. They have some really rough roads, and people were glad to see us come in and grind, and tell them, look, it may be years before we get back to where it was, but they were tired of driving over all those potholes. I know y'all have a lot of heavy equipment during the farming season. It's not going to cure that problem completely, but you're going to see a big increase on those roads because of being able to put that material down and grinding it in and packing it and getting that base better tight, instead of just running out there with a motor grader like we all do and blade it across. Within the next rain, it does the same thing again. So this machine will help save you in that. The machine that y'all are looking at, I'm gonna give y'all some prices here in a minute. He did hold the price from the price he gave y'all in 2024. We had to go with Ben, the main guy in Utah's neck a little bit, but he ended up holding the price. We had a 15% increase in October of this year on the machines. Now, the machine that y'all originally was bidding does not have this one service. If you look in the back of that thick book, on the back page back there, it's called an AccuFlow meterized liquid system. If you're familiar with soil cement, well, they also have liquid stabilizer. Now, I've called it a snake oil for years because you buy some, it'd be really good. You buy some, and it just didn't work with your material. They have a lot of new materials coming out with this stuff. You can, I'll give you an example of some that I know. You can shoot right at a half a mile for about $16,000 of that liquid stabilizer is what it was costing. It may be 16 a mile, don't quote it because I don't sell it. But we've seen it work, and by putting it in that system and putting it in that metered system, you get everything there. What they're having to do with it now, they take a water truck, they back up a quarter of a mile till they empty that water truck, 3,000 gallons. But with that new system that we have on the machine, which has been out about 2 years now, you can it will actually inject it and grind it in there as you go, so you stop a lot of processes where you were doing beforehand. So it's just an option I want y'all to be aware of that's not on there, that you can do. I know I was talking with some of the guys, they said you'll have a lot of roads that might be blacktop in the center and dirt on the sides, you know. That's going to be great, and that material, you're not getting rid of it, you're grinding it back. But it's just amazing what you can take a cheap load of maintenance rock, which is about the cheapest you can get. You know, the 610 is a little higher, but just regular old round maintenance rock, and put down in there and grind it up and see what you come up with, how much harder that road is going to be when you get done with it. Y'all have any questions about the machine? I know y'all have the loader that will run it. Y'all have a packer also, I think? No packer. You can pack, but we didn't have a sheet foot. We had a wheel loader, a 9-wheel loader packer that we used. It done fine. I have taken a loaded dump truck and packed it. Took a little longer, but rental on a packer like that, if you're going to use it for several months, is not that expensive on one of those wheel loader packers. I'm going to pass y'all these two prices right here. Put my contacts in, but I still have trouble seeing. This is the original price y'all got on the machine that y'all were talking about. Mr. Berry sent last year. We'll just talk about this one first. Okay, this is the original price. This is a quote that y'all had got in 2024. It is $32,000. Okay, what I want you to realize is, and a lot of people do this, I'll give you this, my parish labor, they didn't like to finance anything. They paid for it, but we had a really good tax that generated about $400,000 a year for just equipment. And you couldn't be touched, so they were lucky. Okay, you can, on a 5-year municipality program, you can pay this out at $78,901 a year. Okay, if you go this route, we will order the machine. It comes in 6 months. Okay, the date that machine comes in is 1 year you use that machine before you ever make your first payment. So we're talking about, if you did anything now, we're talking probably into it'd be in 27. Yeah. You're looking at 27 before you make your first payment. At any time, you can decide, hey, I've got the money now, I've got the rest of the money, I don't want to pay it out no more, I'm going to pay it off. There's no penalties, you're only paying interest on that year that you have it. You have the option to go your own financing, or you can go through the company that they're providing. And I think they have 6% on here. It's still pretty low. We actually met with the lady here about a month ago, and, the program. You don't really have to bid the machine because there's not another one on the market. And they've been out for 20 years, this machine has. And the only other ones out on the market are the larger Cat and Volvo and something else, but they're a lot larger machine. Okay. He also put one in here. If you wanted to go with that injection system, the price on it jumps up a little bit. What they're gonna do is, in order for him to give you the injection system, he's gonna have to go up to the new pricing. So basically, you're gonna pay for the injection system. But, like I said, he's given the injection system, but the price goes up to 15%. The only other option that this machine will have than the one that you get will be a little different baffle system on the back. There's nothing wrong with the baffle system on the machine that you were looking at to begin with. It's fine. And what a baffle system is, you can close that machine up and make it. You can open it up while you're grinding and you can spit out big chunks, or you can close it and spit out little bitty chunks when you get done, little rock-sized chunks. I will tell you this, something that we haven't had the option in these areas, Louisiana and Arkansas, being where I live now. Well, I mean, where I've been living my whole life. But I'm gonna be at disposal. Call me in 2 hours, I can be here. You know, or the next morning, if you have questions about what do you think you should do with this road, I don't mind helping. I consult for some other parishes where I come in and look at the roads and help them out. Retraining is a big issue. It's no problem, cause, okay, it takes a guy on the loader and a guy in front of the machine. It takes two people. The guy in front of the machine is running remote control. Anybody that can work their phone can run this machine. Now, you have to get somebody that wants to do it and does it the right way, and there's no issue. And this machine will also, if you're cutting, let's say your road has a big bevel on it like this, and the older machine that I had when I went to cutting them, sometimes I'd have to cut extra deep to be able to get where I wanted. Now the machines are made to where they have a 2-inch inside that will level the machine. So if it's high on this side and low on this side, they can drop it and level it. That way you're not cutting 8 inches here and 3 inches over here. They can get it pretty much level. And you'll be surprised, you're not going to hardly ever go 12 inches unless you have 12 inches of asphalt. It will cut 12 inches of asphalt. I promise you, I'll cut it. But most of the time, you're only trying to go 4 to 6 inches. And it just kind of depends. You want to look at that material. You know, you don't want to get down and get in something that's really bad underneath and then mix it in with what you have.
How wide is this machine?
That machine there is 6 foot. Probably y'all's roads are probably 16 to 18, some 20 maybe. Now, it will also, what it'll also help with is if you've got the room on these roads, and the road right here, you can move that machine over a little bit, you can actually widen that road with it. I mean, we did that, we did our own chip sealing program, so when we went in and ground up a road or something that was bad enough to where we had to we ground the whole road up, we widened it as we went. And I've taken the machine out there and actually ground up 6 feet, just where like we have a lot of oil activity in Clayton Parish, and it'd be like a highway. You'd have the ruts.
Yeah.
Now the majority, 95% of our roads were chip sealed. We didn't have asphalt roads. The only asphalt road we ever got was grants. But you know, we did all our own chip seal. But you'd have those ruts in there, and we would catch those ruts and catch a couple more feet of that ditch because we had the room, and we would extend that road. You know, so we had some that were actually 22 feet, but the majority of them was 18 to 20 when we shot them. Is what they boil down to. But it's
Just like cutting 4 inches deep, thick, how fast can you travel with it?
you can on a dirt road, you can cut a mile a day. Easily. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. They say you can cut a mile road of blacktop in 8 hours, but it's not. You cut a mile in 10 hours because you know what, dragging around, getting out there, and then leaving and getting back. Steady running, no, you're going to cut 8/10 to a mile, but on a dirt road or something like that, you're going to cut a mile easily because it's not no stopping. I mean, it's just, you're just steady moving the whole time. And then you got the guy behind you dressing it with the grader as he goes. This machine, you see it has the wheels on it, which is a huge, that's when they come out with those, that has made a world of difference. Because you can, let's say for instance, if you wanted the material that you spread out on the road was 2 or 3 inches high, well, you can lift that machine up, get it under that front guard, but still drop, you may be cutting 9 inches where you're only cutting 6, but you're not pushing that material down the road. You're able to get a hold of it and go with it.
Let me ask you then, how is leasing versus buying?
We don't lease.
Don't lease?
Don't lease it. No, they don't have any, they're kind of working on that. I think they're gonna go out towards the contractors with it first, and then, maybe eventually go that way. Let's say you had to call a contractor to come in and you were gonna do a mile of road. You were gonna have him come in and do a blacktop for a mile of road. Okay, his cost to come in and grind it, it's gonna run, just to grind it, is gonna run you anywhere from, I'm gonna say 45 to 65 just to be on the soft range. Okay, that's just him grinding, that's not him doing the overlay. You go in, you grind it up yourself, you ain't lost anything. In 5 to 6 miles, this machine is bought, it's paid for. But you gotta use it, and that's what it's for. You know, is using the machine, but it can be paid for in 5 to 6 miles easily.
A lot of maintenance on it.
No, sir, I have not had a lot of maintenance problems on it. Now, the technology's coming out, I'm not gonna say they don't have bugs with it sometimes, but that's one thing that's gonna help, because my division is in central Texas. So they're a little further to get here, but I'm where I can get here quicker. But no, as far as maintenance for teeth replacement, but I'll give you an example. A machine that's run right, it ran for 3 or 4 years. We ran it and cut a lot of roads with it, cut a lot of asphalt with it, because of patching asphalt and coal mix and different things like that. And the blocks on there, it was 4 years before we ever had to replace the first block on there, which is no problem. A welder can replace one in 10 minutes, okay? I go to this other parish and I get there and their machine was bought exactly the same time as ours, and I look at their machine and I'm like, holy crap. Who's been on this machine? They've got blocks, they got drum wore down. I watched them run it for about 15 minutes and I couldn't stand any longer, and I got them set back, you know. It's just a leveling system on there you have to look at, that you can see that the machine's running right. If the machine's running up in the air, the teeth aren't hitting, the blocks are hitting. You know, more or less, so you gotta keep the machine at that leveling point. But no, I mean, really not a whole lot. They have it figured up as far as maintenance. They have a cost somewhere for that, I can get you. Me looking at it, I didn't like it. I didn't think I thought it was too high. But now they had fuel, oil, you know, they had everything included in it. But I can tell you, if you're thinking about buying one, and I know this sounds like a sales pitch, Mr. Terry, the main guy, he's been over backwards, and he's going, I mean, ain't nobody else getting this machine for that price. Everybody's paying the $354 right now. And he said mainly because, you know, he knew y'all run into some issues here a couple months ago where you had to pay the dump trucks off, and I just wasn't sure if you was aware of the payment plan. You know, just to get you by, and if you saved up the cash, and not many places you go buy a piece of equipment, run it for a year and not pay a note on it. I mean, I know you can't buy a car for that, but most equipment places aren't gonna let you do that. And they come with a 2-year warranty. And like I said, anything we can do to help you, I'm gonna continue being with them. I'm probably gonna do a little work in Mississippi this year. Arkansas, I mean, everybody's white. We all, and y'all, I say this and y'all know the same thing. Louisiana's always behind. The DOTs in Texas, every one of them has this machine. Louisiana, we can't even get them to look at it. And y'all probably got the same rural state roads that are tore to pieces. And it's like, why don't y'all get this machine for maintenance, you know? Any more questions?
We, I guess, so far behind on our roads. It actually is a dirt road. Most of our roads are railroad.
Yes.
And we got this bucks. We probably the only parish in the whole United States that got this much buckshot.
Yeah.
And as you put gravel on there, it disappears.
Yeah, you see, it will actually, you know, I would still say you won't put gravel on it like you used to, because what's gonna happen is what's on it now, you're gonna grind up. You're gonna be able to grind into that road base, and I would wanna come look at the road and say, hey, you know, let's go 3 or 4, I mean, you may go to going in there and realize you got a lot more gravel in there than you realize, you know. But by packing it back and blading it back tight like that, you know, that's where you're gonna get your compaction. Then you can put that gravel on top and it's not gonna go. Like I said, I'm not gonna tell you that it's gonna fix every road because y'all have extremely heavy traffic.
Yeah.
But I dealt with the same thing we had saltwater treatment plant on each end of our parish, and we dealt with that on those roads. And I'll give you an example. They sprayed, one of them, they turned it back into dirt this year, and they sprayed it with that soil stabilizer. And he told me it's been sprayed 5 months, they ain't put a motor grader on it yet, it's probably got 40 trucks and 18 wheelers going down it today. He said they ain't even put a motor grader on it yet, it's still just like it was when they left it, which is amazing. They're just waiting, they wanted to see what it looks like in another 6 months. But if we can help y'all in any way, just give us a holler. Like I said, I think this will be good to the end of December. He didn't really have a date on here. One of them did, but the other one was in 2024 since it was older quote. But like I said, the only thing I would need if y'all decide to go that route is just a PO. We'll get the process going. Like I said, it's gonna take at least 6 months on the machine. They build them by hand. Pretty much 90% of the machine is built in factory. It's amazing. I saw the process of how they bend that material and build every bit of that stuff. Wiring, all the wiring they build in-house. It's so anything you need is gonna come directly from there. And usually parts aren't an issue. Getting it built, some people are like, you're gonna take 6 months or 7 months, you know? I mean, you never know what, but they've been hit. They've got a lot of machines in line right now, and that's what it takes. I appreciate y'all's time.
Thank you.